Preservation Commission. Oh, we're going to approve, you're going to review the agenda. And we're going to approve, then we're going to, after you review it, you're going to approve it, if that's okay. And then we'll start them. Do I start the meeting before that? Yeah, I've been doing this a while.
Just call to order.
Call to order.
Call to order. It is 4:02 p.m. on, today is Thursday, November 13th. It's 4:03. I call it, do I have to vote on that?
No. I move that we adopt the agenda as presented.
Oh,
I second.
okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposing? No, we will accept the agenda as noted by Mr. Stedhar. Now, first we're going to go back to the roll call. I guess I'll have to do it since Judy's not here. So we have Mike Stedhar,
Present.
Chico,
Present.
Kim, Barbara Stein, here I am. Deb Parcell, is it Parcell or Parcel?
Parcel. A parcel is a package.
It's like my name is Barb. That means I'm an irritant. My dad, I was about 10, he says, go look up that name. All right, so, and we have Aaron Shaver up here on the top rung. And consent of agenda, old business, Indiana Landmarks, Deborah is going to talk to us about commissioner training.
I have, and I do not have a PowerPoint, so, but what I did look at, which I'm trying to work into a PowerPoint, and it takes a lot more photos than what I was able to pull together in the last few days. But looking at substitute materials a little bit. So just something that's not a bad thing to look at. A year ago, the national, well, actually it was fall of 23, I guess, but it didn't get released generally until 2024. The National Park Service updated their Preservation Brief 16, which is addressing substitute materials. So it first came out in 1988, then they had some revisions over time, but there's so many new materials flooding the market, and so they felt we need to address it. And as original materials become harder and harder to find, and some of them are just getting old enough that they're starting to lose their life, it was time to look at it. So they talk about imitative materials. So these were two different things. There's imitative and there's substitute. So imitative is something that's often used at the beginning of construction. So an example they used was Mount Vernon, which has wood siding, but it's scored to look like stone. So that sort of thing. There's a house I'm familiar with in Madison, Indiana, that has wallpaper that looks like stone, and you just about have to touch it.
Is that right? That is so cool.
It looks so like the real thing. So that's imitative, but substitute is what this is about. And so a substitute material is when you're looking to replace an original material. Sometimes they match well, sometimes not so well. So,
Sometimes it looks really, really good until you put it up there.
yes, and sometimes they don't last. Maybe they look really good in the beginning, and then 5-10 years down the road, they don't look so good. So the one comment that was in that I found really interesting was we talk about the integrity of a building and how it keeps all its original materials and whatever. But they said the integrity is always diminished, even when it's replaced in kind, because it's a new material. So that old material is gone. So the argument about you're compromising the integrity of the building, you always are when you're doing a replacement, and sometimes replacement is necessary. So looking at some of the factors for that, economic feasibility, definitely a thing. People often complain that they can't afford to make the replacement, and sometimes that's true. You have to be realistic. The placement on the building makes a difference. You know, maybe if it's a feature on a commercial building that's up 4 stories in the air, nobody's going to see it at eye level. If that's made out of something other than the original material, but it looks like it, no one's any the wiser and it lasts. So then it can be a good choice. If it's right down there where it's going to get a lot of wear and tear, we want something that's going to last. And so also looking at the properties of the material, you want something that's going to last. Probably one of the biggest things, durability. And that's hard to know when so many new products are flooding the market because maybe they've only been out there a year, 2 years, 5 years. What are they going to look like in 10 years? Nobody knows. So we've seen a lot of that with substitute materials for slate roofing. That's one of the worst ones out there that I know of.
Or substitute, what was that last couple words you said before?
Slate?
Slate, roofing?
So slate roofing, yeah. So we've seen some, I worked beside a building, a church, that they had replaced with this artificial slate. It looks so real when it went up, and about less than 5 years into it, they started curling, and then some of them just
Oh.
started falling off. And so now they're.
Slate is expensive, too.
Yeah, so they thought they were saving money. It still wasn't cheap, the replacement, but it was a new product on the market. Nobody knew. It was a dark color, so all that sun on a kind of rubberized product, it just didn't hold up. So those are things to consider. So we want things that are going to match, size-wise, texture-wise. I'm working with somebody right now in another community that wants to replace siding. And there's this impression that a wood grain sort of finish would look more like wood siding, but that's not really true, unless you've got roughs on cedar. Typical wood siding is very smooth when it's new. So if you put that textured stuff up, it looks more like something that's been damaged by a high-pressure power washer than it does new wood siding. So trying to convince people it needs to match the texture as well as the profile. Get into the brief itself. It's like 24 pages long, so if you can't sleep sometime,
That shouldn't be called a brief.
it's not brief. Although compared to some of them the Park Service puts out, that is kind of brief. But they have some great examples in there of photographs, and I snagged a few of them online, but I didn't get as many as I wanted to. So they talk about when you should consider using a substitute material. So there's a number of times. They used to, in the old brief, there were only 4 instances of that. They've expanded that to 8. So one of those is unavailability of the historic material. So one we see frequently is from houses that were put up maybe in the 30s or so, 40s. They have asbestos shingles on the roof. Can't buy asbestos shingles anymore. So you're going to have to do something different. But again, trying to find something that matches as close as you can to the profile. Sometimes the unavailability of someone to do the craftsmanship that needs to be done to install or repair or replace. That's something we're addressing.
Say that, install, repair, replace.
Replace, yeah.
Especially when it comes to masonry.
Yes, masonry is a big problem. So that's something we're addressing right now. We've got a new CEO, and he's looking at some new initiatives for us. So we're working, trying to develop some trades training initiative across the state. So working with high school building trades, like we did here in Logansport long ago on the Tower House, but doing more of that, more intense training with them. We've got a pilot project going right now in Kendallville where we're doing that. Kendallville. We've also developed a curriculum for Ivy Tech that they're going to roll out in the next year across the state where people can come in. And that could be kids that just graduated from school and go on. Maybe they were in building trades and they learned a little of this and they want to know more. They can go on and actually get credentials from Ivy Tech. Or maybe it's an adult that wants to do something different, or a contractor that wants to add another line to his work. So those are things we're looking at, as well as doing the local workshops, like we never pulled off this year, but hopefully going to do that better in the future and have them spaced out around the state. So
So I have a question. Is there such a thing as a directory that maintains contractors that are able to do some of these things, like hardwood refinishing, you know, some of the classic masonry work and, you know, plaster work? Who would carry that kind of directory?
That would actually be us.
Oh, okay.
We have that. Some people have it locally, like South Bend has their own local directory. Not as extensive, but still has one. We have one that's statewide, and then we could narrow it down by region, but it'll have everything from architects that specialize in preservation projects to masonry, wood window repair.
So how does one get to that?
Call us.
Okay, I didn't know if it was something that was online.
It's not out there,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
But we're glad to share that information if somebody gives us a
You
call.
specifically?
Yeah, in this
Okay.
area.
So
Well,
you'll be hearing from me then.
do that. So another thing is inadequate durability of the original material. So sometimes the original material wasn't a good idea. You know, maybe it was something that was new then, and it didn't last. We have several of those in our Century Progress homes up on Lake Michigan, where they were new ideas that, oh, this will be great, never require maintenance, and then water got behind and eroded or rusted or whatever. So that can be a problem. Another reason would be replacement of a feature. So maybe there's something that needs to be replaced on the building and you can't find an exact match, like a trim piece or, you know, that sort of thing. So most of those can be replicated, but it has to be new. You're not going to go out and find a certain corbel or piece of trim, probably, that'll work for you. Another reason be construction of a new addition. So generally, and you guys are this way as well, your guidelines allow for different materials on a new addition. So we want them to be compatible with the building that's there, but doesn't have to match. So that would be a time for new materials. And then reconstruction of a missing feature. I was just in a church earlier today where they took the steeple off a while back. It looks like they took the steeple off. It looks really bad. So that's something they want to do is reconstruct that, because now it just goes partway up. And
Is that like in the Bankers Row, is that like a?
yes.
Yeah. Is there one in our area? Right
Well, the
there?
Tower House was before they
Yes.
put the tower back on, which was ironic that it would be the Tower House without a tower. So, yeah, they reconstructed that, so that's new materials that went on, and then they took it up with the crane and plopped it on there. So that sort of thing. You're going to have to use substitute materials. The original's gone. And sometimes it's a code-required performance. So maybe houses in an older town or older part of the neighborhood are built super close together. And now they're going to want fire-resistant materials on the side, not just wood frame. So if one catches fire, they hopefully don't all catch fire. So that might be a reason that you'd have to look at different siding for a building like that. And then just enhanced resilience. Sometimes you have a house that's maybe in a floodplain, and that wasn't a consideration at one time. So we have environmental changes. We need to look at different ways of, you know, maybe we need a window that's actually got some kind of waterproof qualities to it so a flood could come up and not destroy the building. So-
I was just in a meeting this afternoon about floodplains, and it might be helpful to, if you have any question about your particular buildings, to check and see if it's in a floodplain. I checked my residence, and I'm not in a floodplain, I'm right next to it, almost adjoining my property,
Wow.
but so it's good to check that out.
And how do you do that?
I think our planning
There's a
department,
big rock up there and see what happens.
There are a couple different websites you can look at. The DNR has one, or you can look through FEMA.
FEMA.gov. Well, you can put a property address in and it will tell you.
Makes your insurance higher.
If your improvements are in it. Your land can be, as long as it doesn't touch your improvements or.
good information, so.
If there's any questions, our department's the one that regulates floodplain in Cass County.
Say the first part again?
We regulate the floodplain for Cass County, my department, so if you have questions.
Okay, that's good. Good to know.
So substitute materials and economic feasibility, that's another factor to this. A lot of people just say, oh, it's not economically feasible to do what you're asking me to do. I've got to put vinyl siding on my house because I can't possibly afford to do anything else. It's a consideration, but it shouldn't be the sole reason for allowing someone to use a substitute material. So you want to look at the historic character of the building and the integrity. Look at the cost of maintaining the historic material. Sometimes that can be worse than the cost of the material itself. Just depends on what it is. How much maintenance is it going to require? You know, are you going to put a feature way up in the gable of a building that you need practically a fire truck with a ladder to get to paint out of wood, or are you going to put something up there that's not going to require painting all the time? Those are things to consider. And again, that's up so high that you can't really see it. So these are things that the Park Service is looking at now. And even though that doesn't always affect our guidelines are based on theirs. And they're things that they're going to look at if somebody wants to do a tax credit project. So virtually just about everything here in Logansport, downtown and east a ways are in National Register districts, which means they're generally eligible residences for a state tax credit and businesses for a federal tax credit. And then those projects are going to get reviewed, and this is how they're going to look at those substitute materials. So they are more tolerant and a little more open-minded on some of those now, but those are kind of the characteristics that they're looking for overall. It's like, does it look similar? Is it going to be durable? Is it something that has a good track record? Because the building that's been there has probably been there 100 years or more. We'd like to see the new thing last quite a while. So that's kind of the importance of it, because tapping into those credits is one of the few things that we still have available to us. A lot of the other grants and opportunities aren't there like they were, but the tax credits still are. So you've got a lot of National Register properties here, and they should be able to take advantage of those, and you guys can help with that. So that's kind of it in a nutshell.
Well, we already got one under our belt now, don't we?
Yes.
Thank you, that's good information.
Excellent.
Okay, so does anybody have any questions for Deb at this time?
Is it possible to get a
Can you
copy
email
of that
that?
sometime?
Yes, yep, I can email it to everybody.
No,
Yep,
I was just trying for Judy for the notes for.
Oh,
there's
yeah.
notes. I tried to take
sure.
highlights.
I saw you writing.
Thank you.
I'll be a
I have
witness.
a page.
Oh. Okay, so. All right, we don't need to talk about that today. Consent of agenda, we did that, didn't we? Yes. All right, old business. Did we do old business or did we do,
We just finished number one.
yeah,
Run hometown history. Holiday stroll.
what number is that?
B.
4B, and then 1 and 2.
Okay, all right. Oh, yes, here we are. Indiana Landmarks, Deb, under that is, the first line is Commissioner Training is scheduled for November's meeting.
That's what we just
We
did.
just
You're on
had it.
I think you're on the minutes and not the agenda.
That was very smart. All right, so hometown history, the holiday stroll 2025. Judy's not here, but I think I can look at my phone while you guys are talking, because she did start to talk about it, and then I had to go to another meeting. So I don't have information that you guys may have at this point in time about the holiday stroll. I think Judy was going to talk to someone on our commission about that.
Well, I mean, I think the last time she had some suggestions, and she kind
Yeah.
of wanted to do the scavenger hunt.
Oh, yeah.
But according to this, it's probably not gonna happen.
I think that's probably a good thing, because I think we need to build upon what we did last year, kind of keep it the same, get a little pattern going, and then maybe next year or something, or a year or two down the road, do the scavenger hunt and introduce something new. But right now, I think we just need to kind of replicate what we did last year, would be my suggestion.
Yeah, and if we keep it in mind, though, when we do get to it at some point in time, we'll already be ready. You know, if we just talk about it every once in a while, we won't have to go through the whole process of designing some program or event. So that's what I would say.
We did a version of what we did last year, which I think is a good idea. That's in the minutes there under 4B, number 2, sub 2. The first thing under that, number 1, is recruit 5 or 6 historic locations. I think we could, how do you all feel about what we did last year in terms of, I mean, I thought it was pretty good, the
I'm
locations we
trying,
had.
I think we could just do it one night instead of two.
Okay, I agree with
Good point.
that.
That's an excellent
And
point.
we did it 2 nights. I mean, I don't know which was better, Friday or Saturday, but, I mean, maybe keep it to one night, and I can't remember all, I know we had the Geralium home law. Lawn home.
I mean, I'll volunteer, okay, if we got, well, we have 4 of us here, and maybe Judy will be the 5th. We each recruit one location. I'll volunteer to recruit one location, which we had last year, which I think was a good one, which is not All Saints, Trinity Episcopal Church.
Oh, yes, yes.
So I could recruit that.
That's a really good,
Like that, yeah. So I'll take that upon myself. If each of you could take one location and recruit.
I mean, I can work with Heather for the lawn home.
That's 2.
I'm thinking of 3, that's why it's quiet over here. We talked about a couple of places.
I can't remember.
I know, I think did we talk about the Memorial Home and?
Yeah, I think Milwaukee was one of them, wasn't it?
Because that's one of our biggest things, we have to keep it in front of people.
So, so you'll do that one, Barbara, right?
Sure.
So that gets us 3.
I blew fuses in that place last year that they didn't know they had. It's, it's like my house, when you put the electrical in, when somebody invented electricity, that's what's in my house, and that's what's in the Memorial Home. So what is that, 1930 or 1940? The old electricity, the old program is based on, what is that called, knob and tubing, or what is that?
Knob and tube.
Yeah, I have that in my house still, and Memorial Home has that still. So you have to be really careful about what you take there and plug in.
Does anyone remember some of the other locations beside those 3?
What do
And the
you,
carousel was one.
Carousel.
oh, there you go, that's a good one. Who's gonna do that one? I'll do Memorial Home, you're gonna do what?
I'm gonna do Trinity Episcopal.
Oh, that's good, that's so good.
Kim's gonna do Long Home. And we need Judy and Chico to each recruit a place.
Well, I could talk to the people at.
I think Chico could do
Yeah,
that.
Chico do Carousel.
He could do the Vatican.
I think it was, it's, if we do it Saturday.
Was it All Saints?
Yeah, but I think we just do one church.
Okay.
And I think Trinity's a good choice.
It is, it's lovely.
What about the State Theater?
That would be a good one.
I mean, I don't know what they have going on.
Well, I think Judy could check with them, right? Let's have to tell her to check on State Theater, and that would give us 5.
Is that good? Are we good with that?
Those are all pretty, fairly
Close,
close.
yeah.
Not too bad, I think. Them,
What
yeah.
about Friday, December the 12th?
We do need a date.
I can't do Saturday the 13th or the 6th.
Why? So, I'm just kidding.
I'm booked those days.
You're booked?
I'll be gone the 5th.
Friday the 12th would be,
Yeah, I'm good with that.
there is one thing going on. I'm trying to think, is that gonna be?
Oh, yeah, that's gonna be a problem.
Well, I mean.
For me.
For you,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a good day?
That's the Feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe, which is a huge event for our
For a
Hispanic
parish,
population.
yeah.
Our
Any
parish.
different day?
Well, but
Or we could, I guess, do any evening. It doesn't have to be Friday.
Thursday the 11th?
We could do it
Oh, we
right
do
after
that
our
on
meeting
Thursday.
here. Do we have a meeting that day?
You do every other month.
12,
Usually you do every other month.
Thursday, December the 11th?
Nothing wrong with that, is there?
No. She was saying after our meeting, and I was just saying you wouldn't have your meeting typically.
Not the same, but, yeah, there's no problem doing it on Thursday, is there?
From what time?
6 to 8?
7 or 6 to 8?
Maybe 6 to 8? What do you think of that?
Is that too long?
I think we did 3 hours last time. I think 2 is probably better.
Yeah, 6 to 8.
so you had, this is the stroll around thing that, you wouldn't drive to those places, or you would?
Either drive or walk.
I mean, you'd probably have to, depending on weather.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're all close enough to walk to.
Most, I mean, well, it'd be a problem for me.
People don't like walking anymore.
If it's nice and warm.
Yeah. But yeah, 6 to 8, and now, didn't we do something last year about you, it showed about all the places?
You
What
said
was that?
6 to 8?
I
Yeah.
think there was a drawing.
Yeah.
I think Judy had something that if you went to all,
Yeah.
there was some type of drawing, a gift card, something.
We can let Judy work out the.
Or there was a prize from each one, or
Yeah.
there was a giveaway from each.
Turn that over to Judy to figure out exactly how she wants to market that, or what the component is, but if we've got a date,
She's
And we-
probably already got all this done.
we
She can
recruit the
recreate
places.
whatever she did last year.
Yeah.
I remember all the details. I mean, Vicky Leba was a winner on something.
She was?
I remember that.
And number 2 there, though, under that is have volunteers at each location. So like for, and then maybe if you're.
All Saints, you
replacing-
had Muller's?
We had, I was there.
Mike and I
Yeah,
and-
we-
Yeah, you were there? Oh.
Of course,
And
we're
I
not,
did the long home.
yeah, but for instance, I can do Trinity, maybe if you recruit the location, you could be the volunteer. So like you could be the carousel, I could be at Trinity, you could be at the Memorial Home, you could be the Long Home. And you know, whoever else, you know, at the, what's the other location we have? You say the,
State Theater.
State Theater.
Or wherever Judy comes
Somewhere.
up with.
yeah.
Because they may have something going on, yeah. But you could have, I think you can always squeeze 2 of them together.
You could do what?
Well, if the State Theater already has something planned for that day, I always think,
If they do?
if they do, I always think it's good to have 2 places, 2 things in one place. And, because you can share information and exchange, communication and,
Depends what
you
it
can
is.
get more out of it than you would have in the way it's set up.
Barbara, then you can talk with Judy, but tell her what we've come up with here and communicate and ask her to do what needs to be done on her end. And then offer some information about the site and refreshments. So I think, yeah, talk about like when the building was constructed, or, something about the history of it, and how it was built or whatever, and then maybe have some refreshments at each spot, if possible. We can do that.
We did that at some places.
Some places.
Some of
maybe
the
not all.
places last year, we did
Something-
have snacks.
Something beyond bottled water? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I'm pretty sure we did.
Beans or, I mean,
What?
packaged something,
Holiday cookies or,
Cookies in a, where people can just take them and not
yeah.
eat them there or something. Wrap them.
Maybe Judy can kind of pull this together. We've got the initial thoughts down, and she can get some thoughts together, and we can,
She's really very, I mean, I think she's so good at it that I always just feel like I should step back and you tell me what you want me to do and I'll do it for you. But I don't want to interfere with her, her ideas. But I'm happy to help.
we can share with her what we've talked about here tonight, and then she can go and run with it, and probably at some point, either Judy or you or somebody should touch base with all of us and make sure we've got each location in
And
hand.
down. Okay. Okay, can do that, I think. All right, so, I'm gonna read this now, I should have probably read this earlier. Hometown History Holiday Stroll 2025. Judy isn't available to coordinate anything with a lot of moving parts. So, she suggested that we consider a scavenger hunt for the next year's. And it's part of the, some of the information is it's already done. And I think that's how she works, and that's why what she does works.
At least we've got those four things under that, we've basically got those done.
Yeah.
Just communicate with her.
Okay, shall we move on? Oh, it does say here, any other ideas that you'd like to present to, we can get it to Judy and see what she thinks, if you have other ideas. And, that's all I have to say about that. HPC logo design. Approved at the last meeting, so we need to work with Michelle Dials about our presence on the reimagined website. And also Judy has sent her annual email about meeting after the Thanksgiving. Who would like to be involved? Who? Logo design. I think this is a Judy thing, obviously, but anybody have any other ideas?
Michelle said that she would help do flyers or whatever, so I think it's a good opportunity with this December 11th to do a big splash of whatever.
Okay. We'll just,
I think for December, and then once you start talking about the plans and goals for next year, you guys could do more things about like educating, or pick one of your houses to throw out there for people to know about, or those type of things.
So does anyone need, is the logo is pretty much decided on at this point? We don't.
I'm sorry, start again? I'm sorry.
It got voted on last.
Right, so I mean, we're good there, so.
She just needs information to push out for you, so what information do you want to push out? I think,
Holiday stroll.
yeah,
Right,
that
so-
one makes the sense for right now, obviously. And then what I was just saying is, as you look at next year, you might start doing, what is local historic designation? What do we do? Putting spotlights on the buildings that you actually have currently, those type of things.
Okay, I think that's.
So the website is up?
Yeah,
Oh,
Logansport Reimagine, it's up already. Mhm. So she just needs information. I mean, you can put the flyer up there, or, you can just put, I know you started a brochure, but you could take some of that information that's on the brochure and put it on a standing page there. And then on the bottom could have the flyers or those type of thing. And then if you guys work on a flyer, she could post it through social media. The website itself would be more of your information, like who's on the board, what does the board do, those type of things, but she would need that information.
So is she the webmaster for that site?
Yes.
And what's the address?
It's logansportreimagine.com.
For the HPC information?
You can do it there, right now the city's website's down, so there's.
So you have to go through the city website to get to HPC?
No. Currently, there's no city website, or at least if there is one, they can't change anything right now. So we've been posting everything on Logansport Reimagine, that want to get pushed out. When the website comes back on, you'll have a spot on that website too, and she'll probably just link to it. But right now, there's not anything.
So HPC, for Cass County has no website. So it.
No, you guys don't have a website, you're on
that's
different
what I was
websites,
asking.
yeah. And you would
Okay.
be on the Logan Sport website, because you're only covering Logan Sport. But that website you can't be on right now because it's not being, nothing new is getting put on. They're redoing a website.
For how long? Rest of the year?
I'm not involved in it, so I
So
don't know.
who's they?
So basically, logansportreimagined.com is the only way that,
Yeah, so that's, right now, all the city has is logansportreimagined.com to push things through. And so we can put it on there. And then in the future, when the city gets their website up and going again, you'd have a page on there that Logansport Reimagined could link to with the information. But if you have that information right now, she could put it on Logansport Reimagined. But I think Judy wanted to do more like pushing out on social media, and the only way you're gonna do that is information about your holiday stroll or picking a site to talk about, or those type of things. So,
Does everybody agree with that?
but someone would need to get that information to Michelle if you want it on the website, or if you want her to help you with a flyer, she said she would do that through Logansport Reimagined, because there's funds. The reason why they're doing it through there is there's funds for Logansport Reimagined. So she's able to help you initially do some flyers and your logo and different
This is
things.
Michelle.
Yeah, Michelle.
I think ideally, Judy be the person to interface with
Yeah,
Michelle.
but, Michelle.
I think
a long
Judy's
time
just
ago
wondering if
agreed.
you guys have more ideas, be on that committee with her after Thanksgiving. If you guys want to leave it up to her, then let her do her thing, then I guess you just tell her that you're going to let her do her thing. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so. Okay, so, relative to the HPC logo design, approved at the last meeting, that information. So we need to work with Michelle Dials about how presence on the Reimagined website, what did I just say? Approved at the last meeting, so we need to work with Michelle Dials, okay.
so that's what we were talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah. Yeah, I get it. It looks like they're gonna work together on it right after Thanksgiving. And I think that's a good idea. I mean, it's as good as any idea, as long as you have the time to do it and you know what you want to do. Okay, so, see logo, Thanksgiving, who would like- okay, so, she says, Judy says that, they have sent, people information about it, and they'll all get together and talk and build something from that can be built on every year. We have to start someplace, and we did last year. And I thought that was really well done last year. So as long as things work, we're gonna just add to it, and it's a good idea.
Well, as far as the holiday stroll, we can't really post that's where we're going to, the places that we mentioned, we have to get approval first and confirmation before we can post that.
So we probably want to get approval sooner rather than later. See if we can nail
Right.
that down, and after Thanksgiving, if we've got all the approvals, then we can get with Michelle and market
Right,
this.
so we need to, each one of us that are getting approval from these locations need to go to Judy, right?
Yeah,
To let her know.
Oh, yes, yeah.
This location has been approved.
exactly.
Okay.
Okay, oh, it says here, who would like to be involved? Just so you know, there's a little note here that says, relative to those tasks, she wants somebody involved. So new business, number 5, A is planning and goals for 2026. So that would be like passing that information around and then discussing it and choosing, and it seems to me like they have it in the good time slot, and I have the good time slot, and yeah. And so they'll go from there, because I'm sorry, go ahead.
I think we have one immediate question, the question in my mind at least, is Rich off this committee now, off the commission?
I don't know. I know he said he
Send in
wanted
a
to. Huh?
resignation?
What?
Did he send in a resignation? Or is he just not
No,
coming to
see,
meetings?
I think, he's thinking about this, and I know I heard him say it, but I'm not the judge of the jury, and I want it to be about what he wants.
The reason I say that is Judy prepared this agenda, and his name is not listed, whereas it was on the minutes last month that he was absent. But
Did
this,
she just know that he wasn't gonna be here? I don't know.
all right.
I don't know.
Well, I talked to him before. He said he's not on this board anymore.
So maybe that's good.
I've not
enough.
received anything in my office, so I don't.
So does it need to be professional and not just say, I'm not here anymore? Do you want a letter
Did he
of
get removed
resignation?
from the board or he resigned from the board?
Oh, I think he resigned.
Just hasn't been attending, but I don't know.
But I
Did
think
he actually
changed his
send a
mind,
letter
too.
in resigning himself from the board?
I don't think he's doing that. 'Cause they did, same thing with the Historical Society. I don't think maybe he sent eventually, maybe.
I mean,
he sent
after
an
so
email.
many meetings, you can let the authority know who's doing the appointments and they can be removed if he doesn't submit a resignation. When's the last meeting he came to?
Was it Historic Society or,
Spring.
Typically, it's around 3,
I think he's missed-
yeah, it's usually, you're right about the number 3, yes.
it's usually like 3 meetings, 4
You
meetings,
can
something like
ask
that.
them to be removed.
I would have to look at your bylaws to see.
But I'd like to not do that with Rich.
This raises a broader question, which is, what are our terms of appointment? Is anybody up for, his term is
I
completed?
can send you guys that out. I don't have it with me today, but I can send you guys terms and your bylaws again. Did anybody bring their folder? I had previously given, okay.
Maybe have it in here, but.
Okay, I can send you guys that.
What'd you say you have?
I can send you guys your terms and the bylaws.
Oh,
And also,
I
I think
think
in terms
somebody
of,
just sent me my term.
January, is it January when we elect officers?
yes.
Is that how that, so maybe we just kind of need to reorganize in January based upon what you come up with.
Most boards do, yeah.
Yeah. Then I think once we are reorganized in January, that meeting, then we can think about planning and goals for 2026, right?
So do we have a planning retreat or anything like that?
Maybe we should.
Yeah, let's go for a trip someplace.
I didn't necessarily mean leaving town.
Chico wasn't recommending we go down to Key West for a retreat.
I haven't been to California in a while, or Hawaii, or, let's see.
I mean, it could be anywhere.
Yeah, it's true.
Probably Logansport would be a good choice, yeah. But maybe we should.
Fine.
In January, we elect our officers, then maybe we should kind of.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda, and,
Do we have last year's, is there a planning document for 2025? No? Was there?
We have in the past done work programs that actually spells out stuff, but you guys haven't done that in a while.
Maybe we need to resume that. Is that, do you think, Aaron, that's a good idea?
Yeah, I think it's something to have, I mean,
Who has the
I mean, that's
last
what
one?
we,
Do you
that's
have the
what we
last one?
talked about.
Can you share that?
yeah.
Can you share the last one? So at least we can see
We actually started,
what one looks
sort of started regenerating the idea of studying our, practices. And, I thought we said we were gonna, do that. And I
So-
remember reading them.
Here's a really nice one that we did in 2019.
19.
2019. And then
Where have we been?
one in 2021, a little more brief.
Yeah, we're getting,
But we
Less
did a
verbiage.
super job in 2019. I mean, all of these things on here are just amazing. So
So did any of them get done, or they all got done?
you should not ask that question.
hey, that's a lot of words we came up with.
At least some of them
A
got
few
done.
of them got done.
Well, there's planning and execution,
Yes,
right?
they're two different, absolutely.
Planning
So
and execution.
I think at least one of these, if not both, we met at Judy's house.
Oh, she is a
Good food, a lot done.
Well, I nominate her.
There's the retreat.
I like to offer Judy's house at any time.
It was very good. We did get a lot done, and I think it's a better setting than in this type of a meeting. It's still open to the public if somebody wants to come, but it is not a public forum where they can speak. They can just come and listen, so.
I think the sequence would
The
be,
mayor dropped in. That's happened before.
What? Oh,
I just
man.
don't know about the rules now that we have to stream.
Well, that's true.
Now that we have.
For planning?
Isn't that only when they meet in the council chambers, though, that it has to be streamed?
There's different people that say different things. It's, if you have the availability of it, and then I've heard other people that say it doesn't matter. So it just
Okay.
depends, your attorney.
I think there's a difference too between a public meeting
In a public hearing.
and.
Oh, yes.
But then versus and a planning retreat's like an executive session.
Right.
Well, can HPC do executive sessions? I don't know.
Can, but I don't think this, well, they can't make any official decisions.
You would have to adopt the plan at a meeting, but you could
Yeah.
talk about the things.
Yeah, exactly. We talked about it at the.
Exactly. You could do that,
So
yes.
I think the sequence
Yes.
would be, we have a
And
January.
that, if that's the case, then you don't have to stream executives.
So I think the sequence should be, we have a reorganization meeting in early January, whenever our meeting is. Then we have an executive session at presumably Judy's house, if she's amenable to that.
Snacks.
And then we have say a meeting in February that would adopt I know you don't wait 2 months, but maybe we just wait 1 month in this case, and adopt whatever we come up with at the executive session, plus any, revisions. And have that at a February meeting, and then we have a plan for the year, right?
I would almost start in December. I only say this because usually you guys for holidays don't do December, you do your stroll, but you don't do it because if you actually have your meeting in February and you go your every other, you'll be December, so it's up to you guys, but.
So you're suggesting we have a December?
December approved January. Only because that'll keep you on your same rotation of every other.
Okay.
But that's just a suggestion to stay out of December month.
You're saying we should or should not have a meeting in December?
I'm saying if you have your executive session in December, you can vote in January at your meeting, and that keeps you January, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Am I right? Oh, now I'm just saying all of them, I didn't skip. But you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I was like, September, October, those are the months beside each other. September, November,
It'd be on the odd month.
yeah. And that would keep you away from December. Everybody always has said in the past, you guys have said to stay away from December having a meeting.
Therefore, have the executive, the planning session in December, maybe at Judy's house. Since she's not mobile, so it'd be good.
Oh,
Under
that-
her.
oh, that's right.
I like that.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Well, December is such a busy month to do something like that, though, don't you
So
think?
it's up to you guys.
Yeah,
You could do it in February and approve in March, or you can have 2 meetings in January. I just know in the past, you guys haven't wanted to hold actual meetings in December, so if you started in February as meetings,
Or we could have a regular meeting in January and reorganize, have the planning session in February, and then approve what we approve in February and March.
Yep.
That sound okay?
Works for me.
Me also. I'm also there.
Could we, how about the planning and the reorg for officers, both in January?
That's what I'd suggest initially,
Yeah.
but maybe that's,
I'd like that idea, because that way
Yeah.
we're off and running.
Yeah.
Say that again then?
So we would have both a regular meeting and a planning session in January, and then we can always have another meeting in February to approve January's planning.
That's what I suggested initially. I think it makes a lot of
Yeah,
sense.
I do.
That's
Did somebody
fine.
write that down?
I'm just telling you, if you do the February, then unless you do another month in a row, you're gonna be in December next year having a meeting.
Unless we approve in March.
Yeah, and I don't care, I was just letting you guys know that then you're off your cycle of when your meetings typically are, but.
Offer a cycle.
Well, December is the month you guys don't usually want to have a meeting, so that's all I'm saying. You can do whatever you want, you can have a meeting every month. If you have a work program that's actually wanting to get stuff done, you probably should meet every month, to be honest, but
There you go.
that's up to you guys.
So is that something we need to make a motion and approve?
Yeah, at least we need to set a date for, yeah.
Yeah, you can just set a date.
Hey, or you want to do the whole, or should we approve the whole thing? You want to go ahead.
You just need to know when your next mee's going to be.
That's the minimum, we need to do
Yeah.
that. Which would be normally when?
Third Thursday?
Second
Second
Thursday.
Thursday? Okay, yeah.
So let me muddy the waters a little further. So we have definitely decided we're changing our regional lines. So I will be leaving you all at the end of the year.
That's right.
So, but
No.
Judy's working on the Memorial Home local designation. So I do have the okay to stay with that project until that's done, so
That's very helpful.
January or whenever that is. After that, I'm not sure that we're going to have a regular contract with you guys. I think what they're probably going to propose is just one when we're really needed at a really low price compared to now, like maybe $1,000. And we show up if you've got a COA or you've got, something,
So,
but it won't be me.
where is the location you're gonna go to? I mean, what's the territory or?
So our region right now is Cass County, Pulaski, Stark, LaPorte is the west edge of ours. All of those are going to go over into the northwest region, so we'll have everything to the east, but we're also picking up Allen County, Adams County, Huntington, Wabash, Miami County, so I'm close to you. We're going to have like 20-some counties, which is a ridiculous number. So you will be part of the Northwest, and that's right now a field office, so they have only like 4 counties, but they're going to more than double. When this is over, they've picked up White County already. So they're going to become a regular office. And so Blake Swihart is the person that'll be working down here, but I'm not sure, he's in Valparaiso. So I'm not sure he wants to, or they even think it's prudent. We're just going through a lot of changes at Indiana Landmark. So kind of reevaluating, like, how are we most useful in each community? So it's not like we don't want to help, and we're always available to help homeowners or, question.
You need to be in this county.
Well, I would like to be here, but
Well,
they
just
just,
tell them. You have rights to tell them. I can help. I will go with you and help.
there you go. Good luck with that.
I could be pretty persuasive, so.
You like Blake.
So if I may ask, do you normally participate in planning sessions?
Yes. In fact, that's in our contract, is to
So
help
if you do,
facilitate.
and you can't after the end of the year, maybe it's prudent that we do make an effort to meet in December so that you can attend.
It would be nice if we could do that.
Good point.
Okay, that's what you want
That's
to
why I threw that out now,
There's
just,
great value in.
Well, I agree.
so,
So you're saying December, have a meeting,
yeah.
like a regular or?
The
your- a
executive
meeting
session.
Right. a
Yeah.
planning.
So
So that-
we'd have our regular reorganization meeting on January 8th, we've established that. But then we need to set a time in December for this planning session, presumably at Judy's house.
Do you
nice
wanna
of us to
do
invite ourselves.
like the third Thursday?
That's what you get for not showing up at the meeting, right?
Thursday would be the 18th.
Yeah, just because the 11th you're doing their stroll.
Now, the only problem is, I would like to participate in this, But that day, I'm gonna be flying to Istanbul.
Oh, you don't want to go there. That is not a vacation resort.
I think you also have to think about the time frame. Just this board in general takes longer to talk about things, which is totally fine, but it's probably not gonna be an hour either, so,
Well, it probably shouldn't be. an
No.
hour.
so, I mean, I don't know if you want, just keep that in mind, I guess.
Okay. Well, keep it to the forefront.
I'm gonna suggest a time, see if this would work for everybody. I'm gonna be gone basically the second half of December. How would Tuesday, December 9th be?
Well, Tuesdays are
Oh,
tough for
Tuesday's
me.
bad for us, that's right.
Yeah.
Ah, of course.
How about Monday, like
Yeah.
the 15th?
I think Mondays are scary, but it's okay. I can adjust to it. I think people don't think the same on the first day of the week.
So,
That works for me.
Yeah.
So Monday,
December
What
15th.
time on Monday, guys?
It depends what time.
If you're trying to, I mean, you're going to Judy's, but I have a lot of Monday afternoon meetings.
If I indicated G makes great food and I tease her about having a meeting there, I don't think she really said it. I'm just, from my point of view, I don't think she said, hey, you come to my house. But I know she probably would.
Now, we can find another location.
Huh?
If it won't work at her place, we can find another
Yeah, the
location.
where is not a,
Where is not the issue, it's
Right.
timing. So what time would work for everybody on Monday?
On Monday,
I was just saying that Mondays are bad for me. I have a lot of after-work meetings, so.
well, let me take that, you have to take that.
Which is fine, I mean, Deb will be there, so, I mean, I don't have to be there.
Who?
Deborah would be there.
Oh,
So, I don't have to be there, I'm just letting you know, this room might be booked, because there's a lot of times on Mondays that this room's booked, which you guys weren't planning here, and I probably won't be able to attend, but
What about, I just trying to keep it Monday, but what about Monday the 8th? Now, you won't have so many meetings on that day, will you, there?
I do have that. The first, second, and third Mondays are bad.
first, second, and what?
First, second, and third Mondays are bad.
Wow.
Yeah.
We only got one other one left.
I know.
You better save that for,
And that one only got better recently because it moved to a daytime, but
it's like 5 to 7 PM a bad time?
No, that's.
no, because I still work, but it's teaching, so, no, that's
What day?
good
On
for
the-
me.
yeah, on the 8th or 15th?
8th
8th would
or,
work. 8th would work.
okay, but you would,
15th would work for me. Either one,
Actually, I'd prefer the 15th, just
Fine.
because the novena is
yeah.
from the 3rd
Right,
until the
right.
11th.
Right.
so both of you agree to the 15th?
5 to 7?
Just trying to get a feel.
you'll still have.
I think 5 to 7 is good because I know some of you folks are still married and somebody cooks you food and you sit down with your family and eat dinner. So that's a
Say
good
5
time.
to
'cause
7
you
or
get
5
home
to
at
8?
7 and
Is that okay with everybody?
Well, as long as it's okay with Judy, right?
yeah, that
it
would
will
be a
be.
big fit.
But even if Judy couldn't,
Those are her good hours.
Find another
We
location.
can have another location.
You said 15th?
15th.
The only reason why I say that is because you'll still have to put notice in the paper to say there's an executive session and what it's about,
Are you writing a note about
48
that for-
hours in advance. Yep, but Judy's the one that usually sends that out, and she's not here, so we gotta make sure she knows that.
So Barb, are you the contact person with Judy then, to talk to her about all this?
I'd be happy to, but I think Deb is more,
I can get a hold
what
of
is,
her.
what are you gonna do when you're gone?
She'll be okay. You'll all be okay.
No, we won't.
we have to learn to grow.
No, we don't.
Grow on our own.
And you can.
I know.
Blake will come
I
if
know
he
where he
needs
lives,
to,
so I can
and
always
you can always call me or email me. That hasn't changed.
That's true. I bet I could call you anytime and ask you a question, you'd still help me.
Still answer.
All right, so we're in good shape.
It will probably
So
have
15
some involvement with the Memorial Home, or I will.
Oh, that's
just
right, you
because
are, huh?
I've started that, so I'll finish that out too.
Yes,
So,
please. That's real important.
This is fun, just totally aside, but 2 weeks ago on Sunday, I'm in the kitchen at church, and the door opens, and this lady comes in and just wraps me in a bear hug, and I'm like, what happened?
Where
And
was
here
this?
she's the
Wait,
lady from Logansport, and she says, thank you for finally getting something done with that memorial home. She said, you have no idea how much that means to me.
We'd be happy to take her money.
So she was happy. She might. Has a lot of meaning to her. She and her husband had their wedding reception there, and then he just passed away a
It's a
year,
family affair.
like 40-something. So it has a lot of meaning, and she is thrilled to death, so.
Our daughter's wedding reception was there too, and in fact, Judy catered it.
Oh, my goodness,
And
that was
so-
good.
And that was right after the floor had been redone. It just
Oh,
looked beautiful.
nice.
Oh, yeah.
Wonderful. So, yeah, it's very worthwhile. So I know you guys can do good stuff, and, we want to support that, but just not here every month or every other.
I'll tell you this about the Memorial Home, nobody in the world knows. At a teenage dance, the pony was introduced right then, and so everybody did that dance, because it was brand new. You know what I'm saying? It was the pony.
Never heard of it.
That's before my time.
Anyway,
Okay, so we're.
I'll get a hold of
is good?
Judy.
All right. What? See, you're gonna call
I'll
Judy?
get a hold of Judy, and then I'll let everybody know
Okay.
if it's yay or nay, and if it's nay, then we've got to figure out something else. But-
I have
Today,
to-
in any event.
Can it's time, isn't it? But let me read this one little section, just to myself, to make sure I don't miss anything. Okay, we already talked about it, all right. All right, I feel better. Would somebody like to propose that we adjourn?
I move we adjourn.
I second.
Okay, and all in favor? Say
Aye.
Any opposed?